Hi, my name is Kellen. I play in the story so far, and you're watching Rock Forever Magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever Magazine, and I am here once again with Kellen from the story so far. How's it going today?
It's blissful.
Blissful? Did you get that from the book?
I didn't, but the book speaks a lot about bliss.
I mean, blissful is a pretty good adjective for today, isn't it? It's pretty chill here at Warped Tour. How's it going so far?
Blissfully.
Okay, moving along then. You guys just released the Songs of EP not too long ago. What made you guys want to rediscover those songs and re-record them acoustically?
Well, whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And so we thought in doing the EP that it was a great thing, for music and for people who enjoy music, and in doing so, we might inspire other great men to follow along and create music such as the music we've created.
That's actually really inspirational. I really hope some maybe upcoming bands will release an acoustic EP thanks to you guys, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. And on the EP, you covered Bob Marley, which was pretty risky. It's hard to cover a legend. So why'd you guys decide to take on that song?
Well, the intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. And so, some might see it as a forbidden action, but we thought that with handling it intricately, that we could perform that action and that it would go over well. And so, in council, we decided it was a good idea. We worked it out, and I think it turned out well.
Yeah. Were you worried about doing the song justice, considering it's coming from a legend like Bob Marley, and you're taking it on?
Well, even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. And so, I think we were more concerned about the action itself than the justness of the action. But
there you go.
We weren't too scared in taking it on.
And you definitely succeeded with that cover, though. It turned out great. And your album, What You Don't See, has been out for almost a year now. So now that you've had some time to reflect on it and perform these songs a lot, how has your perspective of the album changed? How are you feeling about it now? Since you released it. Let's see here.
Well, therefore the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. And so, with having that album out now, there's a lot more knowledge about our band that has come to light to our fans, and time is only bearing more knowledge of the album because people have more time to listen to it and enjoy it, and I think at this point it has gone over blissfully well.
Blissfully well. And this has been a very monumental album for you guys. Your fans seem to love it, and your fan base has grown a lot since you released it. So are you worried about topping it on the next release? Are you feeling any pressure over that?
Well, understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all created beings rest in me. So I'm not too concerned about the next album to come, because we're in a very restful state, and we have a lot of trust in our ability to create and perform as human beings with one another, and put together another compilation of music that is inspirational and inspires men to do great things. Mm-hmm. So there's not a lot of pressure on us to make the new album into anything beyond what our creative talents can produce.
So have you thought about the next album yet? Are you writing anything or working on it yet?
As I spoke earlier about time and knowledge, time will provide the proper knowledge in regards to the musical endeavor that you speak of.
Okay. And now, something that's really cool about you guys is you seem very proud of your hometown, Walnut Creek, California. It's on all of your merch, all of your branding. So how has your hometown influenced you guys musically?
Well, a person in the divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about, sleeping, and breathing, always knows within himself that he actually does nothing at all. It's really just that nothingness that we do every day that we are proud to say is a fruit that is bared from the small town of Walnut Creek in Concord, California. Mm-hmm. And so it's it's in our pride of our nothingness and our craft that we do represent it often, and on our merchandise to spread the great ideas and to inspire those from our personal sector of the world to do great things.
Yes. And something I saw that was very interesting on your Facebook page, you said under your influences, Lucifer on the top of Mount Diablo on his 666th birthday. That's what your Facebook page says as an influence. So I'm wondering how that has made its way into your music.
Well, kings such as Janaka attained perfection solely by performance of prescribed duties. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should perform your work. And so our work is our music, and we derive from our influence to make our work into a performance. And that performance in no way exemplifies the talents of Satan. I think we were young and in a dark place when we put that on our Facebook page.
Yeah, you might want to check that out.
Because we've been a band for a very long time. And I do remember the dark day when we put that description onto our Facebook page as young high school teenage men. But we've since gained a lot of knowledge and realized the ignorance in placing that sentiment onto our Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that made me very curious. So I'm glad I asked about it. You might want to take a look at your Facebook page and update that. You know.
Yes, I'm not too familiar with this thing that people call the internet, but I will have someone else who is more talented using the internet to possibly update and refine that sentiment.
Actually, I think you're pretty talented on the internet because you run one of my favorite Instagram pages and you've been posting the Warped Tour MVPs every day. So which one has been your favorite so far? Favorite MVP?
Well, you see, yes, there's another unmanifest nature, which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. And so I think that the unmanifest nature of the tour provides a lot of people who are very eccentric and very expressive of the nature of life and the way that they live in a very loud and decorative fashion. And I think that capturing those people and declaring their noteworthiness and how they express their matter of living is an important display of knowledge to humanity. And I think that Instagram is a very powerful place to present that sort of information. And so with the MVPs, my favorite thus far has, I don't know, because choosing favorites would say that any of the others are not as noteworthy as they might seem. So I think the collective MVP is the most important, and that would be a fraction of each and every MVP that I've chosen in my short stay at the Vans Warped Tour.
So all of them are your favorite, in conclusion.
Yes. They're specific to each day that they live in their expressive being.
Have you picked yours for today yet?
I have not been able to peruse the grounds enough yet to have found such liveliness, but I will, rest assured.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And this is your second consecutive year on Warped Tour, and you're playing the main stage this year. How has it been different for you guys, the whole experience?
Well, men in this world desire success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. And so our fruitive work in this world has been our performance, and people have attached themselves to this fruitive work that we've all collectively performed. And so as a band playing through the years and on the Vans Warped Tour, more and more people have gathered themselves to our fruitive work, and that has propelled us to a stage known as the Electric Soul main stage.
Yes.
On the Vans Warped Tour, and for that we are very appreciative.
Have you had a favorite moment from the tour so far? Maybe a highlight?
Why, yes, many highlights of the tour, of which I can't select just one because they're all just flooding through my head right now.
I forgot you don't pick favorites. That's right.
Yeah, I do. I don't pick favorites. For then, if I did, the moments that I have in the tour to come, I never, accomplish the same level of gratification as that moment of my primary liking. But I did enjoy going to Cedar Point and riding roller coasters.
Oh,
So
that is a good moment.
yes.
And what are your plans for right after Warped Tour? What does the story so far have coming up after this?
Well, let's look to the book. When
The book knows all.
When one's intelligence, mind, faith, and refuge are all fixed in the Supreme, then one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings through complete knowledge and thus proceeds straight on the path of liberation.
Uh-huh.
And so after Warped Tour, I think I'll be really just focusing on my liberation and maybe sitting in meditation and thinking about, you know, the times that I've had out here on the Vans Warped Tour and this past year, and creating more knowledge and influence to be shared in the future, and that possibly manifest in the form of an album of but that is again for something that in the long future to expect, and not in the near future.
Okay, good to know. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and sharing all of your knowledge and wisdom.
Of course.
And everybody watching, make sure you check out The Story So Far. Their new acoustic EP's on iTunes. What You Don't See is also on iTunes. Subscribe for more interviews, and I'll see you next time. Any last words of wisdom?
A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone can attain real peace.
We'll leave you with that. See you next time.